YouTube Shorts are taking over, but what does that mean for your long form content and how can you use both at the same time? In this video, I am breaking down how to use YouTube's latest feature that allows you to pull YouTube Shorts from your long form video content right in the YouTube app. If you want to learn how to set up your YouTube channel for success, make sure to click the link below this video to download my YouTube channel checklist. Now, I firmly believe that long form content is not dead and that it should still be the hub of your content creation. But how can you utilize the power of YouTube Shorts without spending tons of extra time? Well, let's go through this awesome new feature that YouTube released and show you how you can pull YouTube Shorts straight from your long form content.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to come onto our mobile phone and go to the YouTube app. So once we open that up, what I want you to do is come over into your profile. So go up to the top right-hand corner where your profile picture is, click that, and then say your channel. Now, what I want you to do is hit videos on your page and scroll down to find the video that you want to break down into smaller pieces for shorts. So I'm going to scroll down until I find this one, the YouTube algorithm, how YouTube search works. And this is the one I want to break down. So I'm going to click into it. When you're able to pause that. And so now underneath here, you're going to see some options. There's the thumbs up, the thumbs down, the share, remix, thanks. Now I'm in Canada, and so mine says remix. Now, if you're in the States or another area, it might say something different. It might say create, but in Canada, it says remix. Don't know why, but let's just go with it. So we're gonna hit that remix there and say edit into a short. So click that. Maybe you've heard how pull the video up here. So I'm just gonna stop that. Now with YouTube Shorts, you have some options in the different lengths that you wanna publish. Kind of like when you're creating on TikTok and you can decide if you want it to be 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 60 seconds, right? It's very similar inside of this app as well. So at the top in the upper right-hand corner, there's that little 15 that you see. If you tap on it, it's going to give you 60 seconds. Now I want 60 seconds of this video to be created. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this timeline to the area of the video that I want to clip out. Now, one tip that I do recommend here is to watch your video on your desktop first and note down the timestamps of the section that you want to clip out before you come into the app. That's going to make things so much easier for you because you're just going to have to drag to the specific time portion on the timeline above here, as you can see, instead of having to, scroll and stop and listen. It's just going to make things easier. So for this one, what I'm going to do is I know roughly where I want it to be, but I'm going to drag out the full
through video. Well, YouTube is owned by Google, which
so I want it somewhere around there. So I'm going to pull this to the full 60 seconds. So if I scroll it back, I'm going to show you what that strong hook looks like. We don't want it to be stopped on something like well, or we want it to go straight into the hook of the 60-second clip. So I'm going to scroll back and you can listen. We can listen to the full thing and make any adjustments that we need to make. So
YouTube is owned by Google, which makes YouTube the second largest search engine in the world. In fact, Google itself tells us that 65% of people look to YouTube when trying to solve a problem or looking for an answer. This means that there's an amazing opportunity for us as creators and business owners to show up in those search results and help them solve that problem with our video content. Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about your audience, okay? And I want you to think about your ideal client specifically. And if you don't know who your ideal client is already, we got to rewind a couple steps and I want you to go figure that out. I have a video here on my channel that talks about how to figure out your ideal client. I'll make sure to link it above here for you. But if you already know who your ideal client is, I want you to think about them and I want you to think about all of the problems and the struggles and the pains that they're having. How can you fix those problems or how can you solve those problems through video content? Maybe these are frequently asked questions that you get on a regular basis. Maybe you ask your audience on Instagram or on Facebook. YouTube is owned by...
Okay, so as you see there was a couple problems with this clip, right? If I scroll over to
basis,
this section right here, as you can see, this blue box is actually not fully displayed because the video is being cut down. So that's something to keep in mind as well when you're producing these videos is there any pieces of my video that are going to be cut off in that clip that I'm choosing? So you may want to take that to an outside editing app to fix that, or if you don't mind, you can leave it as it is. The other thing that I'm going to show you here is I'm going to just cut some of the end off because it stopped.
You get on a regular
because it stopped in the middle of a sentence, right? And we don't want that. So I'm going to kind of come through here and just see where I would want it to stop.
Pains that they're having. How can you fix those problems, or how can you solve those problems through video content? Maybe
So that would be a really good place to stop. So I'm just going to kind of drag it back.
Through video content. YouTube is owned by Google, which makes...
So there we go. That could be a clip that I want to share with my audience. So it never needs to be exactly 60 seconds. Make sure you're cutting it off and starting it at points that make sense for a YouTube short. And make sure you're keeping in mind any spots where text that comes up on the screen is going to be cut off. For this example, I'm not going to worry about it, but usually I would try to find a spot in the video where that wasn't happening, right? So I'm going to hit next. It's going to start populating that and shrinking it. There we go. That's our full 60-second clip. Now I'm just pausing it for a second because I want to show you that you can add things to the video within the YouTube app itself, just like you would in TikTok. So I just hit the timeline button here
to show up in those search results and help them.
And if I jump out of here, there's also some different options like voiceover, text, filters, things like that. And so I'm just going to let the video play, and I'm going to add some text over top of it to let people know what this video is about. And I'm going to make some other quick edits, but I'm going to let the video play instead of me talking so we're not conflicting with each other.
Solve that problem with our video content. Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about your audience, okay? And I want you to think about your ideal client specifically. And if you don't know who your ideal client is already, we got to rewind a couple steps, and I want you to go figure that out. I have a video here on my channel that talks about how to figure out your ideal client. I'll make sure to link it above here for you. But if you already know who your ideal client is, I want you to think about them, and I want you to think about all of the problems and the struggles and the pains that they're having. How can you fix those problems, or how can you solve those problems through video content? YouTube is owned by Google, which makes YouTube the second largest search engine in the world. In fact, Google itself tells us that 65...
Okay, perfect. So I added some text there. Another thing you could do if you really wanted to use that clip, but that blue bar was still there, you could always add text over top of that blue bar if you wanted. I'm going to leave it for this video, but you could definitely do that. That's an option.
5% of people.
So I'm going to hit next here, and it's again going to load. It's going to do its thing. And there we go. Now we have the option of writing our title, anything like that, adding any hashtags we want to do. So you could say YouTube is the second search engine in the world. Perfect. Done. And then I always want to add, hashtag shorts at the end. Perfect. And then down here where it says audience, no, it's not made for kids. We always want to make sure that's set to no. And then you can either save as draft or upload your short. So I'm going to just save this one as a draft. And you could again come back in here to the exact same video, hit remix, edit into short, search, and find a new clip, right? Maybe there's another portion of the video that you want to use, and you would go through the exact same steps. But that is how you create a YouTube short from your YouTube video.
So there you go. Pretty awesome, right? If you want to learn my complete YouTube content strategy and how to repurpose content from one YouTube video, make sure to check out my other video, and I'll make sure to link it in the YouTube cards above for you. If you want help creating your YouTube strategy for your business, make sure to watch my free masterclass below or sign up for a free discovery call with me today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and make sure to share it on your social media so that others can check it out too. We'll catch you next week. Bye.